welcome back to Dave and this little one who's busy eating the grass. Audrey, come here. Come and say hello. Come and say hello to your fans. Come and say hello to your fan base. That's it. Oh. Right. Tell me, it's nice to get away somewhere local. I've got jeans and my walking shoes on. I don't even have my big boots on. Haven't really brought many spare clothes. Weather-wise, it's been rainy. So I was thinking, will I bring my stove, keep it off the forest floor? Then I decided, no, I'm just going to have a little shallow, small little fire. That way I can just put a couple of pots on. I've got my AeroPress again for coffee. We're going to have some little bit of pork medallion with some spicy rice, which is a bit of a staple. So apologies for the lack of exciting culinary delights on Dave Does Outdoors, but because I've been working, I go to Edinburgh and sort of work's just been sort of pretty full on, and so when it comes to kind of organising my camp trips and, you know, getting, you know, it's not even scripts, but it's all pretty well just kind of cobbled together. I try and take my time and make sure that I don't forget anything that's really important. So I kind of got a checklist that runs through in my head in terms of my sleeping bag, my mat, my pillow, layers, food, cooking. I think because I've been doing it for so long now, it's pretty easy, but the first dozen times you're away, oh, have I got this, have I forgot? There's so many little components for a good night in the woods, and if you forget something quite critical like a lighter or I don't know, I like my gloves to keep my hands cleaner and a sharp knife to do cutting, it's really easy to forget some stuff. So I think I've got everything, including her bed, her food. There's plenty of wood up here. This is one of my favourite. This was one of my really early YouTube spots, and I was calling this kind of base camp. There's a rope swing that goes off this big beech tree that the kids have been on many a time, and so this isn't too far. I've got a busy weekend ahead of me, so little night in the woods, and got the Stratosphere 1, my new Tarptent, my double pole. It's less windy. That last weekend, I think 50-mile-an-hour gusts, crazy winds, really exposed up on the hills in the kind of north of Fife. So a bit more sheltered in here. Even a couple of dog walkers might pass, but we're quite tucked away in the edge of a wood. So plan for just now: collect some firewood, prep a tiny little fire. Maybe get my tent up, I'll see. We'll just see how it goes. I've got my book tonight. It's a pretty well local, chill, early night in the tent. Looking forward to it. I've got my trousers on. There's some long grass here. She's been getting ticks. I've had 2 or 3 ticks. Even wearing short, picking her up, you can transfer a tick onto your arm. I've had one on my tummy, I've had one on my front of my leg, my shin. So she's getting dog sat next week by Zach and our eldest Ruby. So I don't want any ticks on her, so we'll give her a good look before she gets dog sat. So come on. Come on. Upstairs. Come on. There's go. here's the FE Active, the Journey Forward. So it's an all metal with elastic. I like the metal, it's really robust. I think this is on Amazon. I'll try and put a link. One of my followers, cheers for leaving your comments by the way, was saying that they'd bought one after watching one of my reviews or one of my videos. So if I come across good stuff, I try and be kind of honest as much as I can. So this has been really good, it's been really durable, it's never let me down. One of my criticisms is it's not got a high back. I quite like it, but April, my wife, wanted a little bit more head support, so you do get these ones that have got longer backs. I think they'll be slightly heavier. I mean, you're always trying to kind of reduce weight as much as you can. So quite a lot of flies up here tonight. I'm hoping that ouch. Andy was asking what you actually attach the, so that's what so you measure your pole out to 120, and then you put it to the side and just locate it like that, and then you lift your pole up. It's pretty good system. I'm getting used to it. It's about the third time I've used it. Quick walkthrough. Apologies for the flies. They kind of come and they go, and when the wind, and with my hat on, I'm not noticing them as much. So we've got a pretty good little setup in the woods. Sort of pretty flat spot that I'm quite used to camping in. It's nice and it's quite sort of hidden, and then we'll have our fire kind of out there and a bit more of an open bit. And thought I'd smash my lens by the way when it fell there, but I've got a little lens cleaner, so it seems to have wiped off. I thought there was a wee crack on it, so I need to put some bricks on my tripod because it's super light. So that's the tent setup anyway. Quite a nice little spot, it's kind of hidden there. These are great little wax coated. I got 200 for, I don't know, a £5 or something. So we've got a couple of pork chops, Ben's original spicy pork chops and a sausage. So the good thing, the brew, for anyone new to the channel, I don't drink alcohol. I've not had any alcohol for, I don't know if it's 10 years, but it's something like that. You can look back, or if you're interested, put a little question in the comments below if you're interested. I don't want to kind of bore everyone with my stories, but got a couple of sort of fresh tomatoes. This is like an old, it's quite heavy, it's an old, I don't know if it was Asda, but it's one of these really quite cheap. It's heavy, that's the only problem, but because it's heavy you can just throw it in the fire with some oil. Got this sort of sweet honey sort of glaze, barbecue, spicy, just lots of little different stuff. Tomato sauce, chilli. We're making good time, so little 30ml of water for that rice, which is really so straightforward and so simple. That is looking lush. Wasn't expecting that sun to be coming through. Cheers. I'm going to get that rice on, won't take long. That's nice. The good thing about those little aluminium pots, that's an old one off a sort of trangia. Because it's a kind of soft alloy, the heat just goes right through it. That's it, pretty well boiling already, so just tip that in. Let's see what this is like. I'm going to just fill up my that's a 500ml titanium, bulletproof, lasts forever, lightweight, can't get a gas calendar in, canister in, so I'd recommend getting a, I think like a 750 Peter gas canister in it. But there's always other stuff to put in. I'm just going to put this at the side of the fire and get on with my tea, start to get my coffee organised. Right, let's see what this is like. It looks the business. Hot. Okay. Okay, hot. It's been a while since I've had a little bit of pork. I thought it had cooled down a little bit sitting out in the wind there for a minute, but it's roasting. Flies seem to be easing up as the evening's going on, which is good. Sweet and sour sort of pork, quite spicy. That's all the flies out again. I don't know if it's the sound of the wind or quite annoying also. There's absolutely no flies up here in the winter, so you know, but you wouldn't be sitting here in a t-shirt at 6:30 at night. So this is the AeroPress. If you want me to do a bit of a review, I can, might anyway, haven't done one. Tonight, nice tea. Wee bit, the wind's totally dipped, so it's a wee bit fly. Put my jacket on just to keep the flies off my arms and stuff, but just so nice just sitting chilling, reading in the woods, the birds and the wildlife, and she had some decent tea. A couple of wee midges fly. But we could just climb into our sleeping bag. It's almost 8, so we could just haven't got my air mat blown up on my sleeping bag, so let the fire go out completely. If With my coffee, biscuit, juice, really nice. So next stages will be finish off a couple of chapters in my book, then get my air bed pumped up, get my sleeping bag out. It won't be cold tonight, and hopefully we'll get a nice quiet night's sleep. There's no wind, which is going to be really nice after last weekend. Honestly, that was crazy winds. So hopefully we'll get a nice sleep tonight. Get up quite early, quick coffee down the road. So nice just to be enveloped in the woods, cocooned in nature. It's like the birds, especially this time of year in Scotland, the kind of wildlife, the birds, the bees, just the peace and quiet, the tranquility, the space, the light. Soul food. But that's been really nice tonight. We're pretty well sort of tidied away. I'm just going to take my chair down, get her to do a wee pee, brush my teeth, and climb into bed. Not signed out yet. Quite a short little one tonight. Pretty well similar sort of content. So I'm not sure what's planned over the next going to be. Well, we're going to Portugal next week. First time that April and I have flown since our honeymoon about 16 years ago, and the first time that Mia's been in a plane. So Mia's 15, so it's going to be really exciting. A wee bit stressful because we've not, it's new, and I've flown a few times with work, and I also did a couple of ski trips maybe 5 years ago. So I'm a little bit more confident with the flying, in the airports and all the rest of it. But we'll get there. I'm planning to do a bit of filming when I'm there, so I'll definitely make a wee bit of a kind of vlog in Portugal, just because it's different, and I've got a snorkel and all the bits and pieces. So. Right, let's get settled and get some sleep. T-shirt on, hat off probably in a wee while. So from me and Audrey, we'll catch you in the morning. Night night. Morning all. That's back at 7. Not a bad night. Like you missed a nap. Let me get more. Yeah, you missed a nap. That's better. Things like that when you're doing YouTube, you need to. That's taken me years to remember to bring that. Yeah, we had a couple of disturbances last night. There was deer. She went bananas at about 11:30, then she went bananas at 4. They ended up barking and ended up coming quite close to the tent because they don't know the tent's here, so she tries to get out of the tent, so it's all kind of kicks off and it's mayhem, but no damage done. She was trying to kind of almost burrow out the side. I kind of wake up and grab her, but other than that, quite a nice flat pitch last night. We're going to get a wee coffee on. It's like that's espresso. That's great. Right, we're making good time. We're going to take down the tent and then tidy up the fire pit. Just a wee ashy hole I'll show you in a minute. Throw some of the ash about and then just cover it up. That's us, a couple of wee flies already, so they're starting to land. That's us, fire pit, tidied up, leaving no trace, absolutely covered over. You wouldn't know that we were here, little flat piece up there. I've checked for pegs and stuff, so thank you again for joining us last night. Really nice night, that was spot on. I had a much better sleep, the food was nice, bit of reading, bit of space, bit of woods. Bit of time with this little one. Oh, even though she was going bananas with the deer, weren't you? Were you going bananas? Were you trying to eat a whole deer to yourself? That's okay. So, we're going to get down. We need to hang the tent up because the undersea got a bit damp from the ground. And I normally sort of air out my sleeping bag and just make sure everything's nice and dry. Worst thing you can do is put anything away wet for a week or two. So I'm not going to get out again because we're away next Thursday, so it'll be 2 or 3 weeks until I'm in the woods again. But as I said, I'm going to try and do a little bit of video on our holiday to Portugal. Bit family, I'm not sure, we'll see, it's not a biggie. So yeah, and I'll leave some links and some bits and pieces from today's, from last night's trip. If you're interested, leave a comment. Remember, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you've not, all the usual malarkey, and aye, thanks again, hope everyone's taking care, and we'll catch you on the next trip. Take care.